So Amelia, you can go ahead whenever you're ready. You can go ahead whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so I'm just gonna share my screen. 1 second. Oh.
I haven't allowed you to do that yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. You're whenever you're ready.
Perfect. Sorry, 1 sec.
If I could just remind everyone just to stay on mute, please.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to do it with the speaker notes so that like since I'm on my laptop now, I'm not 100% how to do that. It's empty my screen. How do you do like share with the speaker notes on here?
Did you figure it out?
I had it ready to go on my 2 monitors at home and on my single screen here in the office, and I'm just having just how to do it.
Is there?
Yeah, I could probably just do it like this. 1 sec.
Can you hear Nan at all now?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Perfect.
Yeah, you have to turn the speaker on apparently.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure how to share my screen, but still have the speaker notes.
Go into view.
Yeah.
Maybe it's there. Go to
from here, I guess. Unfortunately, I don't know how I can do it any other way. One second.
Now I can't see the screen. Oh, there we go.
Be able to see what I'm talking about, and I can't do that on my laptop. But I guess I can just do it. Can you see the screen right now? Like,
No.
okay. So sorry, everybody. I'm Amelia here I'm an account manager at the Business Development Bank, and just giving everyone a quick overview on 5 tips to help your banker finance your business. So before we get started, I'm just going to go over the BDC and give a brief overview. So the BDC is the only bank devoted exclusively to entrepreneurs. We provide flexible financing, advisory services, and smart capital. So we give access to specialized financing and other investment solutions. This slide will gives everyone an idea of BDC's reach. So we have more than 2,200 employees, 118 business centers across the country. As Canada's development bank, we need to be where the entrepreneurs are. And as you can see, the lighter blue dots, that's our reach for entrepreneurs. We have business centers across Canada as well. And there's 2,200 BDC employees across Canada. So to get started, here are the 5 tips to help your banker finance your business. So entrepreneurs often have an intuitive idea of what will succeed in business. This intuition comes from years of experience in your business. So bankers, on the other hand, have a more analytical view of your business and its projects. So they're going to compare your business and its projects with all other clients that they're managing. So you might have the impression that they're overestimating risks. It is important to remember that there isn't one way of thinking, and that these are complementary ways of looking at your business. As an entrepreneur, you'll want to understand and respond to the concerns of your banker to present a solid and persuasive loan request. So I'm going to go over 5 easy tips that you can use to convince your banker that financing your business and your projects is the right choice. Tip number 1, ask yourself what your banker wants to know. So for this, you'll answer another question: are you an acceptable risk to? Here's what your banker will be looking for. So number 1, your personal and professional profile. Do you and your team have what it takes to succeed? Do you have the experience and the expertise needed to bring this project to fruition? What is your personal capacity to invest additional funds into the business needed? Number 2 is the viability of your project. So what is the expected benefit of your project for the business? What return on investment do you expect for this project? And what impact will the project have on the continuity of your business operations? And where will the project bring you in the next 5 years? And how does that fit into your overall strategic plan? The third thing that our bankers will look for is your financial capacity. So the most important question to answer when you're looking to finance your project is, do you have the capacity to reimburse your loan? This capacity is established by analyzing your current financial statements, your financial projections, current operations, and the benefits of the project. What is your participation as a shareholder in the risk of this project? How much equity do you have in the business, and how much are you personally investing in the project itself? And finally, your banker will want to know about your market. So you'll want to create a plan that is based on a rigorous financial analysis that accounts for the realities of the market, the economic context, and the competitive landscape. Many entrepreneurs believe that a business plan is a tool that's only required by bankers when the business is starting up. But actually, every project that should include a business plan, whether or not it's shared with the banker. So this can help business owners ensure that their decision to invest is based on a rigorous analysis of the market, the competition, market trends, opportunities, risks, etc. When it's shared with a banker, the business plan becomes a document for discussion that should answer various questions. So what should your business plan include? So a description and history of your business, an overview of your team, the roles, experiences, and the competencies, your marketing plan and SWOT analysis, your production and HR plans, and finally your financial forecast for 2 years at least. I'd also encourage you to add the following: a market study, articles that back up your conclusion, the biographies of your team members, client testimonials, and any other information that you think it would be useful. So number 2, my second tip is what you want for things like the expertise of what you want. So the expertise of your banker, the amount of money you're asking for, the interest rate, and the flexibility of repayment, as well as collateral that is pledged as security. It's especially important to know what to expect in the details of the loan. So people are often focused on the interest rate, but that's only one element of the equation. You risk losing flexibility if you put too much emphasis on the interest rate. So compare the benefits of the project you want to finance with the interest rates to get a better perspective. Also, don't forget the interest payments are tax deductible. The length of the loan you have to account for the ability to pay back the loan, but also the useful life of the asset you are financing. Maximize the length of your payment to gain flexibility and protect your cash flow. And also keep a financial cushion. So it's often easier to speed up your repayment in the future and than it is to extend your payments in case of any unforeseen events. Number 3 is the collaterals being pledged. So what do you have to offer as collateral for financing? Your personal guarantee will show that you are sharing the risk with your banker. Tangible assets can lower the cost of borrowing and lengthen the payback period. But businesses without tangible assets, such as equipment or a building, can also obtain financing, especially when they have a good cash flow. Number 4 is the repayment flexibility. So do you have important seasonal variations in your cash flow? You might want to adapt your payments so that they match your cash flow cycles. For example, payments for a new initiative could increase over a 48-month period as the cash flow cycles kind of change. And are you able to easily extend your repayment terms in case of unforeseen events? So number 3, preparing for your first meeting. So here are 4 steps that you should follow before meeting your banker. So shop around for various lenders, look at the loan conditions, find out if there are account managers that specialize in your industry specifically. Ask your business contacts about their experiences and get a referral to someone that they trust. A referral is often a first step to a positive business relationship. Define your clear objectives. You'll want to know your needs to your limits and make sure that they are realistic to your demands. And number 4, do your homework. So know your numbers and your ability to repay your loan. So the tip is to keep building the relationship. First of all, loans are rarely granted in the first meeting. If your banker says no, find out exactly why. Don't be discouraged and improve your proposal. After you've received the loan, you need to keep your banker in the loop about the latest developments of your business. So after all, your banker can be a very good source of advice and contacts. He or she might suggest get additional financing, offer advice on strategic planning, introduce you to key people in the industry, or to professionals such as accountants, lawyers that could make a big difference to your business. Also invite your banker to visit your business at least once a year so they can meet the key people and understand your operations. Make sure to submit your financial information on time. Number 5, so my final tip is more like a word of caution. It has to do with common mistakes entrepreneurs make when borrowing money. It's important to carefully consider when to borrow and how much to borrow and how fast you want to pay back your loan. So number one is borrowing too late. You may be tempted to finance your expansion projects from your day-to-day cash flow, but this can put too much financial pressure on your business if your firm hits a bump in the road. A better course is to prepare your financial projections for the coming year, including extraordinary items such as planned investments. Visit your banker, discuss your plans and financing so you can line up the funding before you need it. Number two, borrowing too little. It makes good business sense to keep a tight rein on your costs and debt level. However, lowballing the cost of a project can leave your business facing a cash crunch when unexpected expenses crop up. You should borrow enough money to ensure you can cover the project, unforeseen contingencies, and working capital required to bring your project to fruition. Paying your loan back too fast. Many business owners want to pay back their loan as quickly as possible in an effort to become debt-free. Again, it's important to reduce debt, but doing so too quickly can cost your business. For instance, you may leave yourself short of cash, or the extra money you're devoting to debt reduction might be better spent on a profitable growth project. That's why it's a good idea to compare your projected return on an investment to how much interest you're saving by paying down your loan faster than required. If you expect to earn more investing the money in your business, consider slowing down your repayment pace. So 5 tips to help your banker finance your business. So here's a review of the 5. Number 1, understand what your banker wants to know. Number 2, know what you want. Number 3, prepare your first meeting. Number 4, keep building the relationship. And 5, avoid common mistakes. So now we're going to move on to the subject at hand, cash flow. Managing your cash flow is one of the most important jobs as an entrepreneur. Indeed, your company's survival may depend on it. Even profitable, fast-growing companies can go out of business because they run into a serious cash crunch. Yet, many business owners aren't doing basic financial housekeeping. According to a survey of BDC Viewpoints panel members, almost half of the surveyed entrepreneurs said they don't make cash flow projections for their business and compare them to actual results during the year. So here's basic financial housekeeping tips. So how to build a profitable business, how to make financial projections and track your progress through the year, and how to improve your company's cash flow. Along the way, I'll tell you some real life stories of BDC clients who are taking the right steps to financial. So 1, if you want to improve your company's cash flow, the first step is to make sure you're earning an appropriate profit. If your business isn't profitable, better cash flow management will be no better than a Band-Aid. So here are 4 common pitfalls you need to avoid. The first is generating insufficient revenue. It may seem obvious, but the first question to ask is, are we bringing in enough revenue to cover our expenses? The second pitfall is inadequate pricing. It's common for businesses to charge prices that are too low to generate an adequate level of profit. Often, they fear losing customers to competitors. However, it isn't necessarily bad for your prices to be higher than those of competitors. In fact, it is perfectly reasonable if your strategy is based on differentiation, offering a unique or specialized product. A third possible source of profits is inefficiency. Waste of all kinds may be lurking in your operations, pushing up your costs and reducing your profits. And finally, the 4th pitfall is poor product mix. Do you know the profit margin for each of your products and your services? Analyzing each one separately can be an eye-opener and may reveal problems that you have not noticed. So number 2, once you've begun to work on your profit issues, it's time to focus on your cash flow management. And it starts with making financial projections. Making projections is the best way to monitor the financial pulse of your business. Crucial step towards long-term success of your business. So you can think of a financial projection as an early warning system. This can help you anticipate peaks and valleys in your cash flow during the coming year. That allows you to plan ahead for times of lower cash flow or upcoming projects. You have more control, and that's good for your business and your peace of mind. But planning won't get you far unless you track your actual results and compare them to your projections. So let's take a closer look and make financial projections. Here are 7 steps to create projections. So number 1, plan your coming year. Number 2, make projections. Number 3, focus on your actual cash flow. 4, contingency planning. This is a good opportunity to consider what you will do in the event of a sudden cash flow dip. It's better to have an emergency plan ready than to try to wing it in a crisis. 5th, think strategically. Use your cash flow planner to experiment with various what-if scenarios to see the impact of such things as faster bill collections, slower cash outflows, improved profit margins, or making a big purchase. 6th, set a target cash flow reserve. Many businesses like to have enough cash on hand to cover at least 90 days of operations, including cash in the bank and room on their line of credit. But some business targets, even if revenues in their industry fluctuate greatly. And finally, get help. Consider getting some help outside in creating your financial projections in the beginning, at least. The CP website has some great resources. And here is a link that I have that I was going to post in the chat, which I can actually just post all of them. I'll just do it all later to not mess anything up.
You can do, Amelia, is you can send all that information to me, and I can even, if you want to give this PowerPoint to me here, I can share it with all the people that are attending today.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, no, some of the links are good. So the first thing to do to see your bankers don't want to see you go under and not be able to pay down your loan. So you may be surprised at their flexibility, especially if you present a solid plan for finding your fleet that includes financial projections. Sell off inventory and assets. So walk through your office or warehouse to see what's collecting dust and sell it, even if it's at a loss. Number 3, work with your suppliers. Can you get extra time to pay your bills? Could you offer partial good faith payments? Most suppliers would rather get paid down the line than not at all if your business fails. Reduce employee hours. You can temporarily cut employee hours if business slows. It increases your odds of keeping everyone on staff instead of losing valuable personnel. Renegotiate your lease. Ask your landlord to reduce your rent temporarily and let you make up the difference when things improve. Here again, many landlords would prefer to keep you as a tenant rather than run the risk of having an empty space. Offer special sales terms for immediate cash. Generate fast cash by offering specials to customers. Think of creative terms to get customers' attention. For example, offer a generous discount on purchases. In exchange, ask for part of the bill to be paid right away. You can initially test your offer with select high-quality customers. And number 7, factoring. Consider selling your accounts receivable to a factoring firm. These firms take your accounts receivable in exchange for immediate cash. This is a costly option, so it should not be a long-term solution. After ensuring the profitability of your business and setting up your financial projections, the next step is to improve your company's cash flow. So let's look at 4 things you can do to improve your cash flow. Number 1, let's say you've got plans to expand your business. You'd like to buy a new truck, build a prototype, or redesign your website. How will you pay for these projects? So many business owners make the mistake of paying for the growth projects out of everyday cash instead of seeking a business loan or other appropriate financing. That approach can put a lot of stress on your cash flow, even if you have healthy profits and are flush with cash right now. What happens if your revenue hits an unexpected speed bump? With your money tied up in long-term assets, you could wind up with a sudden cash squeeze. When purchasing long-term assets, the rule of thumb is to match the financing to the asset's lifespan. For most businesses, you can get the flexibility you need for various spending requirements with a mix of term loans and a line of credit. The second strategy for improving your cash flow is collecting accounts receivable more quickly. Collecting faster can boost your bottom line. Let's say you reduce your average collection period from 45 days to 30. If you have $1 million in annual sales, that difference means 15 days more cash in your pocket by year's end, or $41,000. Here's what you can do to collect receivables more quickly. Get invoices out faster. Faster you invoice, the faster you get paid. Number 2, offer discounts for fast payers. Consider offering a small discount for quick payment. For example, you could offer a customer a 1% discount for paying within 10 days. But remember, these discounts are costly for you, and they should be used only if you need the cash in the door quickly. 3, get tough on deadbeats. 1 in 4 entrepreneurs say waiting for late paying customers is the worst part of being a small business owner. The same proportion of entrepreneurs say they spend 3 to 5 hours each week getting in invoicing and chasing overdue payments. It's important to aggressively follow up on late payments. One way to encourage your customers to pay on time is to charge late fees. As well, when customers who have been laggards on previous orders come back, you can ask for partial or full payments upfront. And 4, consider firing laggards. Think about dumping your worst customers, chronic late payers, those who complain excessively, or those who return a lot of merchandise. Companies often put up with this kind of customer because they're afraid of losing business, but bad customers cost you money by draining employee attention and company resources. Holding on to cash longer is just as important as getting paid faster. Both mean cash in your business. Here are some tactics you can use to rein in expenses, increase your average days payable, the number of days it takes you on average to pay your bills, and prepare for unforeseen costs that crop up over the course of the year. So number 1, manage your variable costs. Look at your company's variable expenses for such things as raw materials, production, supplies, and shipping. Calculate what percentage of sales they represent in the past. Historic percentage provide both a good predictor of future costs and a benchmark to use keeping these costs in line with sales. Number 2, focus on fixed costs. People tend to become complacent about fixed costs, such as insurance, utilities, maintenance, contracts, because they are generally recurring and often reflect long-standing relationships with suppliers. Besides, asking for better terms from suppliers to see whether you can get a better deal from competing companies. Number 3, offer to pay more. In some cases, you also may find it worthwhile to offer to pay your suppliers slightly more if they let you stretch payments. For example, to 60 days instead of 30. Your suppliers win by earning more, while you can use the extra cash to reduce your line of credit or generate more sales. Conversely, some suppliers offer a discount to customers willing to pay quickly. These discounts can produce a surprisingly large return on your capital. Invest in technology. Explore technology that may help your business improve its efficiencies, increase productivity, or reduce costs. For example, many companies are now using cloud computing systems rather than in-house systems that can be relatively expensive to buy and maintain. Give incentives to staff. Make people accountable for costs in their area of responsibility and establish appropriate rewards for employees who find ways to reduce expenses. This helps create a zero waste culture within your organization. Also helps motivate staff members charged with reducing expenses to stay on task and be creative. Holding too much inventory can take a bite out of your cash flow. However, you don't want to keep so little inventory that you run out of material and can't deliver on time. Finding the right balance is called inventory optimization. Here's what you can do about it. Coordinate different types of inventory. Businesses often manage different types of inventory in separate departments. Coordinating the various types of inventory, such as raw materials, work in progress, finished goods, can improve inventory optimization. Plan for changes in demand and volatility. If your company has seasonal highs and lows in demand, you should modulate inventory levels to meet your demand cycles. Optimize for different customers. Your customers may have different expectations in terms of service levels and lead times. Weigh all of these factors when setting inventory levels. You should be upfront with customers about how you manage inventory and your lead time requirements to meet their orders. Work to build strong supplier relationships. The goal is to work with companies you can rely on to deliver on time and go the extra mile to meet your tight schedules. Consider technology. Think about buying inventory management software, which has tools to help you forecast demand, compress your order to delivery cycles, and optimize buffer stock levels. And dump losing products. Speed up inventory turnover by analyzing each product line and dumping products that lose money. So here are two successful entrepreneurs, Carrie and Nico Schwermans. The couple has learned a lot about the importance of cash flow management over the years they've owned their popular Vancouver restaurant called Chambar. Carrie, who manages the restaurant's finances, does cash flow projections by dividing up the coming year into 13 periods of 28 days each in order to have the same number of days in each period. She then checks the company's actual results against the projections at the end of each period to catch variations, determine their cause, and come up with solutions. The wine manager, bar manager, general manager, and executive chef are each responsible for controlling costs in their areas, and they receive bonuses for keeping them in line. Their strong cash flow management has allowed them to maintain a strong top line and bottom line growth that they continue to this day. So financial management is an essential practice for entrepreneurs. It can smooth ups and downs and reduce the risk of cash squeeze and can derail even a profitable company. So I hope that what I've shared with you can prepare a winning loan proposal and help your cash flow. I have another link here, which is an ebook from the BDC on how to get a business loan and how to prepare properly. That I have this link here also that I can give to Brianna after this talk. And does anybody have any questions?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Do we get a copy of this by any chance? It's a lot to write down, so I just...
Yeah, Brianna will, I believe, send out a copy to everybody.
Okay, that'd be great. And then the links you were talking about.
Yeah, I have two links here that I can send out.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, there's a lot of really good information. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Who else feels like they need to work on their financials right now?
Am I the only one?
Well, if I had a business, I would, but I don't have a business, so I feel like I want to like tell the world, do your financials. Look at your
flow. Well, we're definitely at that point where we do want to go in and talk about cash flow, and we're finding it hard to keep on top of it, especially the late payments. Oh my God, that's like, I've got a handful of them, and so cash flow is really, really tough. So so that we can keep on top of it, because we want to grow the business, but it's hard to grow if you can't. You're waiting for this money to come in so you can build up more stock.
Yeah.
So we want to have all the answers when we go in and ask for a loan.
What business are you from?
I'm a manufacturer.
Oh, nice. Yeah. No, we do a lot of work with manufacturers in the area, but yeah, no, cash flow is tricky, especially COVID and late payers. I feel like.
Sorry, I didn't catch that part.
With COVID,
yeah,
sure, cash flow and collections has even gotten trickier.
Right. Well, a good example is the bottles that we use for one of our products. Because of COVID, they went on back order, and like one of the products we use, or bottles we use, won't be available till 2021. So what the hell do you do, right? When you've got people saying, well, we want this, we want your product, but you don't have the jars to put the product in. So what we've done is instead of ordering just what we can afford, we've ordered much more, because we don't know when we're going to be able to get those bottles again.
Right.
So instead of, say, half a skid, it's a full skid, and so it's very easy to wipe out your cash flow, which has already happened. So, that's why, and then the other thing too is we want to get more people on board that want to purchase our product, like Sobeys. And if that happens, that's a little scary, because again, it's a cash flow thing. Yeah.
Like you're growing, but you have to get on top of the cash flow first before you can keep.
Exactly. Yeah. So you want to, but it's a catch-22.
Yeah, no, there's lots of great resources on the BDC website, and even like templates for kind of cash flow and financial predictions. So
Oh, okay.
which
Okay.
is in the link that you can, and then there's templates that you can download as well.
Okay.
Might be helpful. You could try them.
Yeah, no, a template would be great because, you know, we can sit down and go through it and obviously answer our questions as we go, or